Hello students, today in lesson number 10, cell and cell organelles of our class 8 science 2 chapter, we are going to study the further cell organelles. Up till now we have seen what is cell wall, what is cell membrane, then what is cytoplasm, nucleus and its functions, endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complex. These cell organelles we have completed, and today we are going to learn about the new cell organelles, that is lysosomes. So you see, lysosome is also one of the cell organelles which is present in every cell. Lysosomes are actually simple single membrane bound sacs. They do not have a double membrane like our other cell organelles. In nucleus, we had a double membrane, nuclear membrane, or other organelles we are going to consider afterwards. But lysosomes, how they are, they have a single membrane bound sac, and it is filled with a digestive enzyme. Why now digestive enzyme is present in these lysosomes? Because their function is in that way that they have to use this digestive enzyme. So what is the main function of this lysosome? Let us try to understand. Immune system is due to these lysosomes, we should say. It destroys viruses and bacteria that attack the cell. Whatever unknown bodies, virus and bacteria like bodies enter our cell, they will be killed or destroyed by these lysosomes. Okay. Now, demolition squad also it is called. As it destroys worn out cellular organelle and organic debris. Means unwanted dead cells, dead part of the cell organelle, if there are in the cell any that is of no use, they will also be destroyed by these lysosomes. Then lysosomes are also called as suicide bags. Why are they called as suicide bags? Let us try to understand. Okay. Here, when a cell becomes older or is damaged, lysosomes burst and enzymes digest their own cell. What happens inside these lysosomes? As we know, there are certain digestive enzymes. And when the cell is getting worn out or old it became or get damaged, what happened? This lysosome burst open and the digestive enzyme from it come out, and the digestive enzyme will start digesting the own cell to which the lysosome belongs. Therefore, the term suicide bag is also suitable for these cell organelles named as lysosomes. Okay. Lysosomes burst and the enzyme digest their own cells. This is the reason we call it as suicide bags. Now, during starvation, if you are going to starve, there is no food available. In that case, lysosome digests the stored proteins and fats that are present inside the cell. So these digestive enzymes are going to perform some of the other function. So that way you can see they form the immune system of the cell. They are also called as the demolition squad, as they destroy the unnecessary parts of the cell. Then they are also called as the suicide bag because their digestive system can digest even the own cell matter also. Okay, so this is one more cell organelle that we have started doing. Okay, then mitochondria is the next cell organelle that we are going to study now. Okay, as per information up till now, whatever cell organelles we have studied, all are very important. You see, because Golgi complex, cytoplasm, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, cell membrane, cell wall in the plant cell, as well as these lysosomes, all are very important. And we are coming up to a very important cell organelle. Its name is mitochondria. You see, mitochondria why they are very important, that we shall try to understand. There are many mitochondria if you get in one cell. The detailed structure of mitochondria that we are going to study is in the microscope. If you observe, we find that there are double layered structure. This is the outer layer, and inside them there is a folded structure like this. Okay, so double layered structure is the mitochondria. Now, the outer membrane is simple in a straight line. That is your outer membrane. And the inner membrane, you see, inner membrane is having a lot of folds. It is folded one, and they form, these folds are called as cristae. We call these folds as cristae as well as matrix. Now, what about the detail and why it is so much important part of the cell? Let us try to understand. Each cell requires some or the other energy to produce energy. We have this mitochondria. Under electron microscope, you can see the structure is somewhat like this, isn't it? Double membrane structure it is having, one outer membrane and one inner membrane. The outer membrane is porous and inner membrane is deeply folded. How is the outer membrane? Porous. Means some things can go out and in of that cell organelle, that is mitochondria. But the inner membrane is very much folded, deeply folded. These folds are called as cristae. Folds are called as cristae. The inner cavity is filled with proteinaceous gel-like matrix. Inside these, there is a gel-like structure that is called as matrix. Now, containing ribosomes, phosphate granules, as well as DNA. So you see, up till now, we have studied which organelle they had DNA. There are chromosomes inside the nucleus. So nucleus is having DNA in them. And the another cell organelle having DNA in them is your mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria and nucleus are having DNA in them. Okay, only selected cell organelles are going to have it. So these two are the ones which have DNA, and one more that is found in only plant cell that we shall come up next. Therefore, it can produce its own protein. Now there are ribosomes. There is a DNA inside, and therefore we can understand that and protein synthesis is possible in mitochondria. With the help of enzymes, mitochondria oxidize carbohydrates and fats in the cell. The energy released in this process is stored in the mitochondria in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Energy is stored in mitochondria in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Okay. Plant cells have less mitochondria than the animal cell. So this is one more point of difference between plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell is going to have less mitochondria compared to animal cell. This is your animal cell and plant cell is having less because plants need less energy. We have seen that plants are not locomotive. They are not moving from one place to another in search of food, or they are not going to run away from their enemy, or they are not going to roam about in search of a mate. In that case, they need lesser energy. They are stable at one place, fixed with the help of their roots. So plant cells need less energy and mitochondria are also less in them. Okay. The main function of these mitochondria is to produce energy-rich compound ATP. So energy-rich compound ATP is formed and synthesis of proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, etc. by using this energy in the form of ATP is done in the mitochondria. These are the important functions of mitochondria. Okay. Mitochondria are absent in our RBC. We all know in our blood we have RBC, WBC and platelets. Out of that, in RBC we do not have any mitochondria. Due to this, what happened? The oxygen which is carried by them, RBC, is not used for themselves. They are transported with the blood from different parts of the body. Okay. And RBCs are not going to use that energy. Only transportation work it is going to do. So you see, mitochondria is also called as powerhouse of the cell. It is called as powerhouse of the cell. Okay. So today we have done lysosomes and mitochondria, these two very important cell organelles of every cell. The third cell organelle today we are going to discuss is the vacuole. In animal cell, actually, there is no much time to store food material. So vacuoles are either absent, or if they are present, they are very, very small. Okay. On the other hand, we know that in a plant cell, maximum part is covered by a very big vacuole in a plant cell. And the other cell organelles are then pushed aside to one corner of the cell. So in plant cell, there is a very big vacuole because in plant cell, they have more material to be stored in every cell because they are not going to use them constantly like that of animal cell. Vacuoles are the storage sacs for solid or liquid content. They don't have any typical shape or size. The structure of vacuole changes according to the need of the cell. Now, vacuole is bound by a single membrane only. And what are the functions? Very simple to understand. To maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell. Means water content, liquid content of the cell. If outside water content is more, it will absorb and become turgid. If outside water content is less, it will lose its fluid content outside. So that is the first function of this vacuole. Osmotic pressure of the cell it is maintaining. Then another thing is to store metabolic byproduct and end product like glycogen, protein, water. Storage place it is for the cell. Then in animal cell, they store waste products and food also. While in amoeba, it stores food before digestion. In amoeba also there is a vacuole, but it is going to store the food which the amoeba has caught before digestion. In plant cell, vacuole are filled with cell sap. The fluid present in this vacuole is called as the cell sap. When you break a plant cell, stem or leaf, you can feel the fluid structure with your hands, that is the cell sap, and provide turgidity and rigidity to them. It can get swollen or shrinking. So this is possible only because of this vacuole, which is very less in number or absent also in animal cell. Because in animal cell, animals are very active, moving from one place to another. Whatever food we have, we are utilizing it fast. So no much space for their storage is needed like those of plants. Therefore, we animals have less vacuoles in our cells. So, actually today we have done with the three cell organelles: mitochondria, lysosomes and vacuole, along with their functions and structure. So you need to study them and learn them. And next cell organelle we shall study in our next class, and then we can move on to the question answers. Okay, if you want, I can send you diagrams so that you can draw in your fair copy also. Okay, bye all of you.